What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Back in the main office, if you will. I just wanted to talk real quick about something that I heard about a couple of days ago. And it's not particularly console war content, but it is adjacent and it will affect consoles and the video game industry and computers and all these things. And that's the whole thing about Nvidia. And Nvidia, I think it was 2 days ago, whatever, recently announced that they're going to raise their prices of the 5090. I believe the XT or whichever one. I mean, it's like close to $2,000 right now, right? And so they said, well, this is what the articles say. I don't know if it's true or not, but they're like, yeah, they're going to raise the prices to $5,000. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, this is getting out of hand. But what happens, right, when there are kind of movements like this, as far as the greed goes, capitalism and all that stuff? There's a threshold. There's a line where it's just too much, and I don't think these corporations realize what's about to happen. And so they raise it over 200% or whatever it is, right? But at the same time, they're going to get less people to buy these things. Some people will because they have money, they're whales or whatever. Maybe they're just trying to get all the whales, and then they say, okay, nobody's buying them, so now we drop the price. I don't know what their plan is, but this happening across the entire industry because of RAM, because of tariffs, because of all whatever excuses that they want to use in order to get more money to raise prices. That's what they do, right? And so I'm like, all right, this is like right now I was thinking like, oh, I should build a computer, because I mean, my laptop, I got 32 gigs of RAM in it, so I'm kind of cool, but it's not the fastest, the graphics on it is not the best, blah blah blah. Maybe I'll just buy one last go, get a computer, right? No. I went to Costco the other day. They had I think it was no, I forgot what brand it was, but it was a pre-built, right? And it was 32 gigs of RAM, I believe, and it had a 50, I think it had a 5080 in it. And it was over $2,000. And I was like, that's a lot of money. But when you look at all the different, I was like, it's kind of a lot of money, but at the same time, it's kind of the right price, because RAM is going to be about $1,000, right? 32 gigs of DDD. I think it was DDR5, I believe. Motherboard, all that. I mean, the motherboard's the only thing that hasn't gone up in price, pretty much. But I'm sure everything. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But them raising prices this dramatically, it's like, yeah, I think it's happening on Monday, on January 5th or something. And I'm like, and then AMD came follow suit and say, yeah, we're gonna raise our prices too. I'm like, it's like out of control. And so I said this in the last video. I said, what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a super duper slowdown. Nobody's gonna be selling consoles. Nobody's gonna be buying computers. Everybody's gonna go to the recycling centers and buy up all that stuff. All them cheap stuff they about to throw away in the garbage. They're gonna buy all of them. They're gonna retrofit. They're gonna build a whole bunch of weak little junky junk PCs. It's gonna be a regression of power and graphics, and people will be fine with it because it's ridiculous. And some people are like, oh, I have the 5090. I'm like, yeah, you're okay. I guess you got money, but that's not a flex. That's just like, you just like to get bent over with no Vaseline. I'm just saying. I ain't having it. I have a PC that is probably 5 years old, if that. But it's an HP, so it's like they have the crazy power freaking ports on that thing. So I have to figure out the exact power ports I need to put in a better power supply, and then I can put it in a better GPU, excuse me. I think it's an i5 in there, which is probably suitable for what I'm going to do with it anyway. And that's it. I got that. I got my laptop. I have my old laptop, and I have an older PC. So I have PCs that I can utilize in some certain way. And with the stuff that I'm trying to do, I'll be all right. You know, it's not crucial that I got to get the best PC and I got to. Now, as far as these studios who are making games, I mean, I will assume that they already have PCs that are more than capable. So just, you know, they've been around. Any new studios coming up trying to build new stuff, that's not happening anymore. Nobody in their right mind will go and say, we just created a new studio. We're gonna build a new studio. We got to buy some computer. Hell to the no. They're gonna be like, what studio went out of business? Let's get all theirs computers. Let's get all them used as computers. It's gonna be a lot of used computing happening because of this. I don't know if Nvidia and Samsung and all these Micron, I don't know if they realize this, but I don't think they care because, like I said, they're selling whatever 40% of their stock to, you know, the big boys, the corporations. So they already got that guaranteed sale. Everything else, the price is so high, they're gonna see a slowdown in that. But maybe that 40% that they're gonna get will cover everything else. Maybe that's like, yo, we're good. It doesn't even matter if we sell to the consumers because we got our money right now. You know, maybe they got their 30% profit margin off of the big wigs. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's hard to really go and drill down without the numbers, without like the info, the data. And so we can only speculate, but I mean, I feel a slowdown, and it's gonna happen. Come on, son. You know, oh no, it's Alex. All these people, they're like, I ain't buying no. I'm not buying nothing. I was thinking, I was like, yo, maybe I should get that Xbox ROG Ally, the ROG Xbox Ally, just the white boy, because I ain't trying to spend a grip on the nah. Mm-mm. I could, but I'm like, for some reason, I'm like, I don't know if it's. For like what, like the way that I see it, I said this before, but I'm gonna say it real quick. The way I see it, handheld device like the Xbox, the ROG Xbox Ally, it's handheld, so I don't expect it to perform all this great. You know, I don't care if it's 720p. It's a small little screen. It doesn't need to be a beefy thing. I'm carrying it around. That's what it's for. It's portable. As long as it plays the game at a decent frame rate, I'm good. You know, so you know I don't need to spend a grip on that. So I'll spend what is it, $5.99? Damn, $5.49? I wish it was $5.49. It's $5.99. I heard it was on sale at some point, but I didn't go for it. And that honestly, I don't know if I'll actually do it. I kind of want to, but at the same time, and I know if I don't get it, that I'm gonna be on my trip, and it's a long flight. It's 2 long flights, so I'm like, man, this thing would be perfect. Or I'm just gonna sleep for a day. I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But this whole price rising is crazy. You look at, like I always say in my videos, I'm like, yo, let's take a step back. Let's look at the industry. Let's look at what these corporations are doing and stuff. And I was just mainly talking about Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. But now we have to look at everything. We got to look at the RAM manufacturers, chip manufacturing. We got to look at, wait, is Microsoft going to sit back and be like, you know, let them do what they're going to do? Or are they going to be like, yo, we should just open our own factory? Look at Apple, right? What did they do? They bought a chip manufacturer. They bought those, the ARM chip manufacturer. Who was it that they bought? I can't remember who they bought. But they bought an ARM chip. That's what's in all the Apple stuff now. All the computers and all their iPhones and stuff. It's all ARM. The ARM chip, whatever. I can't remember. Sorry. I can't remember the company they bought, but you know, the M5 or whatever. I don't even know what number they're up to right now, but that's what they did. So I'm like, Microsoft, I mean, it's a possibility that they would buy, if it wouldn't make sense for them to build one from scratch. And I'm not saying that they're gonna do this. They have enough money to buy, you know, a chip manufacturer. But I don't know how that would work, because then, you know, they make computers. I mean, they are doing ARM versions of their laptops and such and their tablets, and regular x86. So I don't know if that would behoove them. But as far as the memory goes, I mean, why not? Because actually, you know what? I don't know. I mean, because like the way that Microsoft is kind of doing things, especially with the Xbox division and the third party stuff, why wouldn't that apply to manufacturing, right? So like, say if they bought a chip, a RAM chip manufacturer or whatever, overall chip manufacturer, and they're like, yeah, okay, we're making chips for our stuff, obviously, Xboxes, Surface this, Surface laptops, blah blah blah, all that, no phones. Maybe they'll get back into the phone business. Who knows? I know Jez would love that. Actually, I did like the. I still have the fifth. Was it the 1540? That was a good phone. That was big too. It was like that's the biggest phone I ever had. It's like a 7-inch screen, man. That thing was huge. But what would stop them from being a third party distributor of RAM and stuff after covering themselves? They can make a little money on the side. Like, yo, here you go. Boom. I don't know, man. That's a whole nother. And I'm surprised they haven't really done that or kind of looked into it. Maybe they have stock in some of the things. I'm pretty sure they do have stock in all those corporations, Nvidia and such. But they have server farms, they have AI farms, Copilot and all that. Or I believe that the server was it that the server farms, the cloud can be utilized for AI if it's not being like in the like the non-peak times and stuff. So I was like, there's a whole bunch of like things that are moving and how their business is kind of run. So I don't know, but this is definitely going to stifle the I don't want to say progress. It's mainly on the hardware side, which is unfortunate, but it's not the death knell of video games or the video game industry or anything like that. I think there will be some effects as far as like I don't know what PlayStation's plan is. So it's hard to say. Nintendo, they're doing what they're doing. I mean, the prices are going to continue to go up, but the problem with PlayStation and Nintendo is that they're so reliant on console sales that the rise in prices that will inevitably happen, that's happening. That's just a foregone conclusion. That's going to happen. And so with that's going to hurt their sales. Meanwhile, Microsoft is like, you got a computer, play it on that already. You already got an Xbox. Most people already have an Xbox. Just play it on that, And with the streaming thing that they're making that better, like you can stream it on your phone as long as your internet is tight. I mean, they seem to be more prepared than any other of the three. They seem to be more prepared. Microsoft seems to be more prepared than PlayStation and Nintendo in this situation that's coming up. And so I'm good. I'm gonna stick with my X. I might dabble in some PC stuff. My computer can do a little something. I'm gonna look online for some used graphic card, maybe the 4 series, 40 series, 4000 series, maybe 4090. We'll see what the prices are like on the used market there. Hopefully it's not like a crypto crypto card, but I'd scoop one of those up, slap that bad boy in. Let's go. All I need is a freaking power supply and a graphics card, and I'm pretty good. I think I might have 16 gigs of RAM though. And I think that's the only thing that my issue is. But like I said, if I wanted to, I got the 32 gig in my laptop. You know what I'm saying? I saw this the other day. I was like, really? This is what we're doing now? So, the laptop has the SODIMMs, right? And then there was an adapter. It's a SODIMM to regular DIMM adapter. And I was like, what? And they put the laptop into the adapter, and I guess there is a little bit of latency as far as the speed goes. So you're going to lose a little bit of speed on that. But I was like, that's a solution, kind of, sort of. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? We got to get resourceful up in hand, these streets, because they trying to kill us with these prices. And you know what? We, the gamers, who will refuse to bend to the will of these corporations, we gonna make it happen. And I'm gonna continue to make. If I have to do videos in my car from now on, that's what's gonna happen. Because, like I said before, I'm not never gonna not be doing video. I'm always gonna be doing videos. I'm gonna start doing some pony videos because XVault got it coming. XVault is the I don't understand. Does he know that he's kind of not entertaining? I mean, look, maybe he's the funniest member of his family, and his family be crying, oh, koala uncle, you're so funny. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I'm not the funniest in my family. My cousin is hilarious. He be cracking me up. Maybe I'm the second. Maybe I'm tied with my brother. Maybe. My dad's pretty funny too. When he's pretty funny too. My mom's funny. My mom got jokes too. Okay, all right. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking at these fools. I heard Alex was doing a clip of Reforged, and I'm like, why is he crying so hard? And then he contradicts himself. Like 5 minutes later, he's doing the same exact opposite of what he said that he wouldn't do. And I'm like, I don't look. I'm gonna leave that to Alex. I'm gonna leave that to Sigs. I'm gonna leave that to who else? Fratanga. I'm gonna leave that to all y'all, because I'm not on that level. But I got some ideas, and I've been waiting to see if somebody's gonna do it, and I have not seen it yet. So I'm gonna try to do it. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I don't want nobody to do it first. But yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of work, but I think it'll be cool. I'm just laughing about that. Anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out, showing, listen to my dumb ass, like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the graphics card price hike. I mean, we thought it was just the RAM. Nope. Price hike $5,000 for a 5090. Come on, son. I heard that. I said, nah, it's over. This is the video game crash. Y'all thought there was a crash or there isn't a crash. No, it's happening. It's happening before our eyes. Like I said, we fell off the cliff. We in free fall. We haven't hit the bottom yet. The bottom is when these companies, these corporations realize, oh, snap, nobody's buying. When the sales are down year over year, 80, 90, 95%, that's when you're going to know. We got to see the prices. When the prices are all that high, especially for the graphics card, Nvidia graphics cards, I want to know the numbers. I want to know the numbers of year over year sales for the 5090 with the price increases, and we're going to see. I don't know. Is there a magic number? I don't know, but it's going to happen. There's no way. I wonder what the 5080, I got to look and see what the 5080 is going to be. Because, you know what? Last thing, maybe they're considering the 5090, I think it was the XT, a workstation card. So it's not really for gaming. So $5,000 is about right, because that's what those type of cards go for. The problem is that does that card have like 24 gigs of RAM? I don't know how much RAM is in that card, but those cards have a ridiculous amount of RAM. Like, why does that card have 128 gigs of RAM? Because it costs $4,000. That's why. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's what it was. And so I'm like, all right, well, I'm not gonna get I wasn't gonna get a 5090 anyway. Like I said, I might end up getting a 30 series. Who knows? Depending on the price. But for what I need, as long as I see an improvement in performance, particularly in Blender renders, then I'm fine. And eventually I want to get to the point where I can render in cycles effectively. And I mean, the way that Blender is working right now, they've gotten Eevee to a point in 5.0 release that it's damn near identical to cycles. There are some artifacts and stuff, but so I'm like, well, maybe I should just stick with Eevee, which I'm gonna do anyway, because I don't have the power to. Because I was like, okay, this one frame took me 10 minutes, and then in Eevee it took me 17 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna do Eevee. I'm sorry, I don't have 29 days to render 5 seconds. No, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna. Sorry for the tangent, but I appreciate, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Till the later.